Hello and welcome everyone. In this section I'm gonna go into which kind of camera you should be using to film your own YouTube channel and which one I recommend for you to use. So let's get started right away. So the first camera that I actually use is called, the most popular one on YouTube itself is the GoPro camera. This is the GoPro Sessions itself. It has wide angle lens so it can see like a view, like huge view, and it is pretty easy to use. In fact, it is idiot proof. All you need to know is to press on this button, the red button on the top. That's all you really have to do, and it starts to film you. And then when you're done, you press on it again, and that's it. It is really that simple. Now, this camera itself, the GoPro Sessions, it has different kind of mounts that you can use. This is for the vehicle, and it is a suction cup, and you can go and you can put it in your vehicle and you can drive and you can capture a bunch of different footage, or you can put it on your helmet and you can capture all kinds of different kind of footage as well. Some people put it on their bike, or some people have it strapped on themselves like a body camera, which is kind of cool as well. So this is a very nice camera to actually use, but there is a few problems with this camera itself. The good thing about it is waterproof, but the bad thing about, look how small it is. It is good and bad in two different ways. Small is good because you can go and you can put it in a lot of different kind of places. Nobody can see it, but that's not good because first of all, you can't use a hidden camera in a lot of places as well. So you have to be careful when you're actually using a camera such as this. Now, if you're in your own private space, it is totally fine. If you're filming outside of your vehicle, it is also fine as well. But if you're filming in different kind of private places, that is totally illegal. So you have to watch out before you put footage, or even you decide to film anybody without their permission. That is not allowed. Now, another problem with this camera itself is that it has a very short battery life. In the winter, this one only went about for 20 minutes because it was so cold outside. Now, I could actually have a defective unit, so I could only be speaking about this unit I have myself here. But another issue, of course, with this small camera is that it has a wide angle lens, which is totally awesome if that's what you want to do. But if you want to zoom in to somebody such as myself, you can't zoom unless you go and you stand right next to the camera itself. And that is, of course, the limitation of having a GoPro camera. You can put it on your head, you can put it anywhere you want, on your body, everywhere, but it is limited camera, and you should really know what you're getting into before you're gonna get this camera itself for the video. Now, the worst thing about this is that you can't see yourself. So even if the other GoPro, not the Sessions, the different model, it does have a view finder in the back, you still can't see what you're doing, which is a big minus for this camera itself. Now let's go into the different other cameras that I actually use, and we're going to be starting with one of my favorite cameras itself, one of the cheaper models that you can go about and grab yourself. This is the Canon S110. In fact, some of the most famous YouTubers out there used to use this, like Casey himself. This used to be his favorite camera for a very long time. He used to film himself doing everything with it. Now, the big disadvantage with this camera is that you can only see yourself in the back. And when you're filming yourself, you can't see what you're doing, which is a big disadvantage for that. Plus, it also has a pretty limited battery life and limited space where you can film your movies, because the sensor itself overheats, because it wasn't really made to be a video camera. But it is good if you're just starting out to film your YouTube channel. Now, the camera I use over here is the Canon G7X. Let me show you another thing that you could do to film yourself on YouTube. The most popular method, of course, is to go and get something that is called the iPhone itself. And you can see I have a protection case for my iPhone. Here's my iPhone itself, and the iPhone is very nice for you to go about and create easy movies and then send it to the cloud, send it to your computer, and try to edit. Of course, it is a lot more pain to transfer the files from this directly to your laptop or whatever station that you're using to edit everything. So this could be used if you don't have any other cameras on you, but it is not my favorite, and it is my least favorite way to capture any kind of footage on YouTube itself. Now the next thing I'm going to be showing you is, of course, the M3. That's right, this is the M3. This is my mobile film station. That's what I call it, the mobile film station. And I use this mobile film station to film myself doing things. This is actually my backup camera to the G7X itself, and it is a lot more powerful than the G7X. It also has right on itself a screen where I can see myself in it. I actually bought for it this extension where I can put in the sound itself to it, and I added a mic to it. So by itself, this is a mobile film station. It's pretty cool, but it's very expensive, but not as expensive as something more professional than this. So you can go about and invest around maybe $1,000 into something like this, but you have to buy 3 different things for it. You have to go and buy the mic, you have to buy the lens, and you have to buy the camera body as well as this extension itself. Or you could just buy the camera with the lens and try to save some money, but then you have to go and edit the footage, and the sound quality is not really that good. So the G7X sound quality is excellent. The G7X2, which is the one I upgraded to, is even better when it comes to the sound quality itself. And here is my main, one of my best cameras out there. This is the Canon 5D Mark III. And of course, out of all those other gear that I just showed you, this is for professional filmmakers, but more likely for professional photographers such as myself. When I go about and I want to take wedding photography or want to take real videos of some professional events, this is my main camera. Of course, here is the big disadvantage of this camera, apart from the cost itself, which is a whooping $4,000 with this lens. And that's not even enough, because you still have to have the flash to put on top. Now, for the flash itself, sometimes you need the sound. So even if you take the flash out of this, it's still not good enough of a quality, because it does very good job with the video, but when it comes to the sound quality, it's pretty horrible. So what you have to do is still to get some kind of a mic right on top of this camera, which is going to be an additional whooping maybe $200 or $300. We're talking about $4,500 investment to take a simple YouTube video. That is a lot of money. Not everybody can afford to play with such expensive toys. And here's the biggest problem with this expensive toy. Look at the humongous size of this. It is huge. So when it comes to getting the camera that you want to use for your YouTube channel, I recommend for you to get the most simplest one. The simplest and the smallest is probably the best one for you to get. So go for the GoPro Sessions. It is the smallest, easiest, and easiest proof. All you have to do is to press on it once, film yourself, and you're done.